Hello, I'm just going to check that I get everything in shot. Move the camera back. There we go, that should work. We've got a couple of minutes, so if you do need to grab a drink or anything you need to do, now's the time. Good, and if there's anything that you want to know, we've got a little chat at the side that you can always type something in. So, saying hi. You can always pop something in there if there's something that you didn't quite understand about one of the poses or that you'd like to talk through. Just pop something in the chat there. Good, and we'll get started in about 1 minute. Just check this is all in shot for you. Maybe move you back even a little bit further. Good. About 30 more seconds and then we'll get going. Good. Hi, I'm Cara and welcome to the class today. We're just going to do a 20-minute flow. Should be nice and easy, just stretch you out. If you're doing it in the evening, it's a really nice thing to do before bed. So it'll be a nice stretchy flow. So when you're ready, we're going to start today in child's pose. So for that, you're coming to the back of your mat and you're just having your knees hip width apart. Bring your hips back over your heels and then gently reach the arms forward and rest your forehead down to the ground. Good, and you're feeling the hips nice and heavy back over the heels as much as possible. Head heavy to the ground. And as you rest there, just bringing your attention into your breath. Nice deep breaths in and out through your nose as much as possible. And maybe your breath just starts to slow down that little bit and become that bit fuller. And when you're ready, on your next inhale, lifting up all fours. Walk the hands over and off to the left-hand side. Exhale, hang the hips back over the heels. And then we're going to inhale back up. So each time we go back here, as you exhale, go back, you're feeling a stretch on the right-hand side of your body. Inhale to lift. Exhale to hang back. And this time holding there. So just holding that nice long stretch down the right-hand side of the body. Maybe even press those right fingertips down into the ground. That little bit more than you might normally. And then slow to lift back up. Walk the hands back through center. Walk them over to the right-hand side. And exactly the same. On your next exhale, hips hang back. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to hang back. Inhale to lift. And exhale, hang back, holding there, pressing through those left fingertips, feeling that nice long stretch down the left-hand side of the body. Left hip nice and heavy as it hangs back. And then on your next inhale, lifting back up all fours. Walk the hands back through center, beneath your shoulders. You can add a little sway into the shoulders. So shoulders moving side to side. And then we're going to join the hips in. So the hips can sway side to side as well. And then just spending a moment in your body, moving however feels good for you. So you can move the hips all the way back and around. Maybe move the head around. Just any little wriggles or movements that feel nice for your body. And just really moving into your body. So you're being into your body and not worrying or thinking too much about what it looks like. You're going with the feeling. What does it feel like for my body? Good. Hands walk forward very slightly, and then we'll lower all the way down onto your belly. Hands reach behind you, palms face up to the sky. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, try and lift the chest, but keep the top of the feet pressing down into the ground. On your next exhale, release down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. And then if you can, also join in the feet. So you're lifting the feet up, hinging at the hips as much as possible. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Holding there. 3, 2, 1. And then slow to release down. Hands come beneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift up through all fours. Exhale, toes tuck under, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Hips up and back to the sky. Nice long back. Pressing through the knuckles of the fingers. So you're nice and light in the wrists. And either holding still, or if it feels good, you can pedal the heels out as though you're walking on the spot. And then we'll bring knees down to all fours again. Feel wrists beneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips. Your left leg is going to extend back behind you, toes tucked under. The right foot comes slightly to the side, so it's just coming out towards the edge of the mat. And then that left foot grounds down, left arm lifts high up to the sky. And then the left arm can reach all the way up and over. So you're stretching fingertips away from the toes. You can even really point through the toes, maybe even lift the heel. Really stretching, nice long side stretch. And then we're going to turn that side stretch into a little bit of a back bend. So the foot goes behind you, the hand goes behind you. As much of a back bend as feels good for you. And then you're going to reach the arms forward as you bring the toes forward and around and see if the fingertips can touch the toes. Don't worry if they can't, might just reach towards, but if they can, fingertips touch the toes. And then inhale, sweep back and open as much of a back bend, even opening up to the sky if it feels good and doable for your body. And then again, we'll sweep back forward, fingertips towards your toes. And then inhale to open back out again. Good, and then coming back to all fours, we'll just slide that left knee in, nice and controlled. And then circle the hips around. So just finding a nice circling action, round one way, back around the other way. And then ready for the other side. So the right leg extends back, toes tucked under. Left foot comes slightly to the edge of the mat, just to help you with your balance. And then on your next inhale, ground the back foot, reach that right arm up high. And then reach the right arm up and over. Nice big side stretch on that right hand side of the body. Pointing through the toes if you can, lifting the heel. And then maybe you come into a little bit of a back bend, even starting to open the shoulder up to the sky. And then on your next exhale, foot sweeps around, fingertips towards the toes, folding forward. Inhale, opening back up. Just going as far This feels manageable for your body. And then exhale to sweep all the way back forwards. Inhale to open up and back. And holding there, maybe you go that little bit further than you did before, squeezing the glutes to keep the hips nice and strong. And then slow to release back to all fours. Make your way back in. And then you spread the fingers, tuck your toes, come to down dog once more. This time holding still in your down dog. Nice heavy heels. Hips nice and high. And really long through that upper body. If you feel any pressure in the lower back or like the lower back is rounding like this, then rather bend the knees and get those hips up high. Keep the length in the upper body. Good. On your next inhale, right foot comes to the center of the mat. Left leg lifts up high, keeping the hips square to the ground as much as possible. So we're not opening the left hip up. We're keeping that left hip down, holding there. 2, 1, and then left foot forward between the hands. Left hand is coming behind the back. Right arm is going to scoop forward and up, and you're really squeezing the glutes towards the midline and then reaching up and back to the sky. Holding there, 3, 2, 1, and then the right hand comes forward and down to the ground. Left arm opens up to the sky. Look up at the thumb. And then left hand comes down to the inside of the left leg. So you can walk that left leg out very slightly. Bring that left hand down to the inside. Try and keep the hips square. Left hand down nice and strong. See if the right arm can open up to the sky. And it's just the upper body rotating to do that. Right hand back down. Left arm lifts up high. Left hand down. Right arm lifts up high. Good. Right hand back down. Left foot's going to kick up and back, three-legged dog. Stack the hip left on right, bend the knee. Maybe you stay there. Or bringing the right shoulder over the wrist. See if the toes can find the ground on the other side of the body. Press the hips up, reach up and over for your wild thing. And then slowly back through, downward facing dog. Holding for a few nice deep breaths. And then bring left foot to the center of the mat. Right leg lifts up high, reaching that foot up and back behind you. On your next exhale, right foot forward between your hands, heel, ball, toe. Left hand's going to come behind the lower back. Right arm behind the lower back, not the left. Left arm's going to scoop up and back to the sky. Good. Gently pressing the hips forward, reaching up and back, holding there, stretching through the fingertips. And then left hand comes down to the ground, to the inside of the right foot. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Look up at the thumb if you can. On your next exhale, right hand comes down, hips stay facing forward, left arm reaching up to the sky, rotating the upper body as much as possible. This left hip will want to lift, but try and keep the left hip rolling down, and it's the ribs opening up. Left hand comes down, right arm reaches up high. And then right hand back down, feeling the weight in the hands, and that right foot's going to kick up and back, three-legged dog. Holding there for a moment. And then stack the hips right on left, bend the knee. Option to stay there and maintain this position, or bring the shoulders over the wrists. And as the toes find the ground, right hand lifts up, press the hips up and back. Holding there. And then slowly all the way back through, downward facing dog. Good. Lower your knees, bring your hips back. Rest back to your child's pose. Rest your forehead down to the ground. And just focusing in once more on your breath. On your next inhale, lift up all fours. We're going to slide the left shin forward for your pigeon with the left shin forward. So the left shin comes forward and across the mat. The right knee, maybe just bring it back very slightly. And then we're going to stay high in the body, push through the front shin and really lift up into the chest. Now you might have your fingertips down and be holding there, or if you can, you push into the front shin and we're just going to lift up. Maybe you roll the shoulders back and we're just going to hold a gentle back bend, just as much as feels good for your body. You're not forcing it, you're just holding there. If you feel the ribs are splaying, think about drawing the ribs in and having that back bend whilst keeping the front of the body nice and strong. Holding 2, 1, and then slow to lower down to your low pigeon, lower down to your elbows, maybe rest your forehead to the hands or the ground. And once again, focus in on your breath. And then slow to lift your body up, pressing up into the hands. Tuck your back toes. We're going to move back to downward facing dog and think about where you are now. So you've got your right shin forward for pigeon. We're going to move back to down dog, walk out for a few steps. And then in a moment, you're going to, so you had your left shin forward, you're going to have your right shin forward in a moment. So when you're ready, right shin sweeping forward to your pigeon on the other side. Lower the back knee, release the back toes. Again, come up to your fingertips. Maybe that's enough. Maybe you just hold there. But try and be light in the fingertips. So you want to feel you're pressing through that front shin down into the ground so that you're light in your fingertips. Or if you can bring your hands to your hips or just keep them a little bit light and lifted. Coming into a little bit of a back bend if that feels good, but with the ribs drawing in, front of the body strong. So that just makes sure you're not dumping into the spine. You're staying strong and lifted through the spine. It's a nice long back bend. Holding again, 2, 1, and then slow to release down forward. Coming down to your elbows, maybe resting your forehead down. Again, just relaxing and resting in a way that feels good for your body. And again, as you rest down, focus in on your steady breathing in and out through your nose. And then slow to lift the body up, really taking your time. You're going to allow the hips to come to the right and for that left leg to swing around so you can come to sitting. I'm just going to turn to facing so you can see me, but stay in whichever position that you can comfortably see the screen. Now we're going to bring soles of the feet together and knees apart. And you're going to have the feet a little bit away from you. So one way to tell how far is if you bring the palms together and bring those hands down. You want your fingertips touching your toes. So that will mean your heels are just a little bit away from the body. They're not in as tight as they can go. They're just that little distance away. Good, then hands are going to come to the knees, and you're going to feel as though you're pushing down with the hands, but the knees are going to actively push up. So you're pushing the knees, and the hands are pushing the knees down. And relax. And again, pressing up with the knees, down with the hands, nice and strong in the hips. And relax. And then once more, hands press down, knees press up. Holding 2, 1, and release. Good. Hands can now come to the ankles or the feet. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale, lead with the chest. Elbows come out wide as you fold the body forward, bowing the head. Just going as far as feels good for you. So for lots of you, you'll be up high, and that's perfectly fine. For some of you, you'll have your forehead down, touching your toes. But you listen to your body and you pause where you feel resistance. So you're not forcing anything. You're working with what works for your body. Good. Again, as we hold, we'll have nice, steady breath. And then slow to lift back up. Good. Allow the chest to circle around, moving back and forward. And then circling back the other way. And then we're going to finish in a nice sitting position. So bring the legs to cross over, just however's comfortable. Bring your palms together to touch. Give them a little rub between them, create some heat. And then giving your whole body a nice massage. Really thanking it for all the hard work it's done for you today. Even squeezing down your arms to your hands. Even down your legs, to your ankles and your feet. Sometimes we hold a lot of tension in our feet. So if you think all day they're taking the weight of you. So really giving them a little bit of attention back. Maybe massage the inner arch and the toes. Good. Have a lovely, lovely evening if you join me live, or if you're watching this then afterwards, then have a lovely day wherever you are. If you do want to do a little bit more yoga, then you can check out one of my lying down classes, which would be perfect to finish off this session. So you could go straight onto one of those videos. And otherwise, I hope you join me soon, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Namaste. Well done, everyone.